Okay, so we got two Polish teams here. We got Czestochowa and Asseco Resovia. Yeah, someone might have told me that this team's in Ukraine or something like that, but it might have been a different team. I don't know. No matter what, we got two very talented teams. Okay, Czestochowa, the offense is run by Quinn Isaacson. He's an American guy, I think. He might be Canadian. He's one of the two. Uh, can't remember where he went, but he went to somewhere in America for college, played well, whatever. This guy, he's their right side. He's a lefty. If you're a lefty, this will be a good video for you, probably. And then Stephen Boyer, he is the French backup right side, actually, because Patry was maybe better than him. Not sure. Boyer is a crazy athlete. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. So Boyer, I'm surprised that he didn't play much in this game, but who knows? Maybe here. Let me check this for you real quick, actually. Yeah, he must have come in late in the game. But yeah, we got a bunch of good guys here. Yeah, those are a lot of mistakes by Stephen Boyer though. That's why this right here is why Patry usually plays over him. Seven mistakes is kind of tough. But that guy also had seven mistakes. So, well, let's check it out, guys. All right. I don't like this camera angle. Gonna be completely honest. This is a really bad angle, Not the highest quality angle, but it is what it is. This right there is Stephen Boyer, man. Gets his feet to the ball, jumps super high, just swings hard. And like when he's swinging that high, he can just swing wherever he wants because it's probably going to go through somebody's hands at that point. Really good job of, I saw someone, I don't know if you guys know Slavinsky volleyball on Instagram. He like showed the difference between two of his approaches. And this is a great example of like, okay, the ball's tight, get your feet there, do a weird approach. Like it's not a normal approach ready to swing. It's him approaching ready to press into the block. Okay, there's a completely different, two different approaches. Oh wow, this serve here just dropped real short there. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a serve, okay. Dropped real short. I think that just like is what happened. And then he throws it again, same thing. I think they're saying that it was down. Must have been down. It's two aces in a row. Do you go for it again? He does not. I might have though. I love this route, man. This is such a fun route. And I feel like when you're setting this, you do have to lead it a little bit extra. Like if you know that this guy takes it on an angle, like he approaches at an angle and drifts away, like he jumps from there and then he drifts there. You just throw it a little bit, just like a few inches further because that's where he's flying. And like that's where his momentum is. You might as well throw it into his momentum. Give him a little extra power. Make it a little bit easier for him. Quinn Isaacson, I'm really urging to look up where he's from. I'll do it on my phone while I'm watching here. Okay, out of bounds, touch maybe. I'm not sure. Big lefty swing though. Hmm. No, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, easy spin. They take care of it. Run the offense. Give it to Stephen Boyer. Yeah, I feel like in system you got to give it to Stephen Boyer all the time because look, I mean, if he's one on one, he with his athleticism, he should score almost every single time. He also has a very good serve, like very good. He jumps super high. He leads himself a ton into the court. So he just like uses all of his athleticism. I'm gonna go check out volley box. What's happening here? Tries to skip it off the hands. Goes straight to the six there. What's he gonna run here? Off the pipe? Yep, exactly what I want. And okay, so let's look at this. So let's take it kind of slow here. Okay, he takes it when he's passing this. There's two people that have a pretty decent lane. Okay. These guys are right at the net. They don't have much lane. Like their approaches are not going to be very good. Okay. Gosh, this guy got faked out. Yeah, this pipe has the best lane, and Stephen Boyer has the second best lane there. Give it to the guy who is just straight up running forward instead of taking some weird approach. This is a very physical move, but look at his shoulders. Look how that right shoulder is starting to go back. He opened up a little bit early and just isn't able to seal the cross because of that. Big swings. Libero takes care of it. This right here, by this outside right here, I don't like that. Look where he's approaching to. I mean, maybe they are like, this is like their thing is they space it out, but he's jumping from so far away from him. Oh, hits him in the face. Got to go over. Middle takes care of it. Back one. Back to the right side. Tips it through. And it's a, I mean, didn't really take too much skill there, I'm gonna be honest, but it still worked out. Okay. Skips off the hands. Lots of deep swings right now. They're going to the sixth spot, or like the sixth spot defenders at least covering them. But let's check Isaacson. Quinn Isaacson. Quinn Isaacson. There we go. Beautiful run there. Just bombs it down. Okay, yeah, I've seen okay, he plays for Team USA sometimes. See where he went. Ball State. That's where he went. He went to Ball State. Now he's doing some really cool stuff. He played in France and then now he's playing in Poland. This is only his third year in professional play. Good for him, man. Good for him. He played for looks like 5 years in maybe 4 years, maybe. I don't know. Looks like he played for a few years in college at Ball State. Good player though. I've seen him a few other times as well. He's a very good player. That's really good finding the window set right there. Like this is nice. He squares up a little bit late and kind of has to go over his right shoulder a bit, but he finds a really good window for this hitter. Gives him a great opportunity to score. High out of system, going to Stephen Boyer. And I mean, right here, maybe Stephen Boyer can try and make a better move there, but this right here is an example of why if you're setting from down here, miss inside the court because then like if it's inside the court, Stephen Boyer can go do something better with it. But right there, he's getting moved outside the court. He's backing up. He's not able to. Gosh, he gets hooded here. Holy crap. It's a really big triple block there. Those are some big dudes blocking you right there. Quinn Isaacson. He likes going over his right shoulder. Really likes it. He leads him well. You know, this guy kind of approaches a little bit tighter to the net than I would maybe want, but maybe that's just what their connection has worked on, you know? But he throws it in front of his right arm. Okay. If you're setting from off the court or like off the net, you got to make sure you're putting it in front of your hitters. Because you can adjust if it's in front of you as a hitter. Like if it's in front of you, you can move right, left, whatever. But if it's behind you, you're gonna jump and it's really hard to jump backwards and it's just gonna be kind of soft, you know? Good swing by Quinn. I like that. I'm a fan of him. I don't know him at all, but I like some of the stuff he does for sure. Send it over the left here, over the left arm. I like this set though. I think maybe just not the best swing, not the best cover there. Sometimes you do some good stuff. Like that libero, I thought he put up a pretty good set, but sometimes the hitter just screws it up. Or like the hitter, maybe it wasn't the worst swing possible, but his buddy just didn't cover him, you know? Sometimes stuff like that just happens. This right here, Quinn's doing this a lot right now, is setting the middle, finding the middle from far off the net. He's very far off the net. He's setting it from maybe 12 feet, 13 feet, which is like 4 meters. And again, he throws it in front of his hitter's arm. Okay. And he's able to take a swing. That's a beautiful set right there. Decent serve too. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Floater from the middle. Ooh, hybrid. Hybrid. I feel like if you're hybriding from this five spot, this aiming right here is your bread and butter because this angle to pass is really, really weird. If it goes straight and it's like kind of weird, is it his ball, it's kind of a weird ball. So I think that's a like if you're trying to learn how to hybrid from that five spot, this right here is where you're aiming at, or you should aim at almost every single time. Beautiful run. Nice. And this guy really likes to just approach straight forward. He's not drifting at all, but it looks like maybe he's old. Or maybe he just doesn't have that much pop in his step anymore, you know? But I think he was down. That stinks, Not gonna lie, that stinks right there. But yeah, it just dropped barely. But he just gotta stand on his toes, being ready to move. When I see a player go completely on their heels, arms out, like ready to get blown up, I still feel like you got to be ready to move because I don't know, sometimes it just hits off the block or sometimes they just muff it. Like you got to be ready to move. I would much rather get blasted and then it just hits me and then I'm ready for like the weird stuff. I'd rather be ready for the softer stuff that's around me. My one coach used to call it a green range and a red range. So like the red range is like, okay, if it hits you, if it like goes super fast and it hits you, what happens? Is it going to go up? Like, what's your red range? Like, how much can you cover when it's just like super fast at you? And then he called the green range. I might be mixing these up too. He called the green range, like if it goes somewhere near you, not super fast, not an absolute bomb towards you, but like somewhat fast, like maybe a tip, maybe a roll shot somewhere, maybe a hit off the block somewhere. What's your green range? How far can you cover away from that when it's like not super, super fast right at you? That makes sense, y'all. Yeah, and this right here, I'm gonna be completely honest. This right here is why Stephen Boyer did not start for the Olympic team. He might have also been injured. That might make a difference too. But like when you have this much space down the line and you're still hitting that block, you gotta go around that block there. You can't be hitting off the block when you got that much space. But I don't know. It was also a specific play. Did you have to go over there? I think he probably did. Lots of weird stuff right now. Czestochowa is just playing like scramble plays right now. And right here, like Quinn Isaacson, he feels this guy here, but that lefty likes to go there. Yeah, so that's just a misconnection, miscommunication there. Setter's thinking, oh, in front of me, in front of me. The right side's thinking, oh, right behind him, right behind him. So it's just setters, if you feel like there might be some sort of confusion with a guy, unless there's no other options, you really should go away from him, go to someone else. This right side or this outside, again, same thing. His right shoulder is opening up way too much and it gives too much cross there. And this is something I do too. This is something I've done a lot in the past, more so on the right side than that side. But yeah, it just like you can't seal and cover as much cross when you do that. Good, quick out of the hands, bombing it cross, knew it all day. Approaching from in there. It's really, really nice to go cross body like that. Feels good. The tempos match really well too. He was on time, like perfectly on time. And back to that last one, he also accelerated through his approach really, really well there. Like he waited and then explosively jumped, you know. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys another example of that. Like, I mean, I guess this is another de decent example of like, look at how he accelerates through his move. He's slow, and then he approaches faster. And it's not like a perfect example, but like, you guys get what I'm saying here. Hmm. Interesting there. Floater. Actually, I want to look at this real quick. I want to see how they set up. Sorry, y'all. All right, so they got here. This guy's running here. Where does he go? He's going front. Okay, interesting. And then he's there. All right, interesting. Fair enough. Good for him to get on this. And like it's kind of a shortened approach for him as well. So, since he had to run over and stuff like that, you know. Kind of a shortened approach, but it still works. The dude's still athletic. Yeah, that's what happens when it's Steve Boyer back there. Big serve. Puts it tight. Yeah, I love this. I love this. When you put this ball tight, when you put this like higher ball tight, this guy's able to see where the block is really well, see where the hands are. Obviously, it doesn't work out perfectly, but it was a much better than swing than if he's at the 10-foot line trying to swing away and he just gets blocked. I like this run. Obviously, maybe the middle was a little bit late, but still. And like that's one of the things that you really have to work hard at as a middle is like scramble plays, still being on time and being in the right place for your routes, you know, and I could go back to it, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, like that scramble play though. The setter is not on target, you know, it's kind of fast. The middle has to decide where to go really fast. But that's another thing is like pass recognition, being able to tell where you have to approach to very quickly so that you're up more often and you're an option far more often. Quinn Isaacson also has a few really nice ways of dumping too. Like this one, he got red, the middle makes a good read. Actually, no, he doesn't. He actually gets lucky here. He's swing blocking the middle here. Quinn Isaacson throws it down. This guy's trying to block the middle and it pops up off of his hands while he's trying to block the middle. That's funny. This guy loves swinging across, and I love seeing him swing across because that's a beautiful swing. Yeah, that dude. I mean, from the D as well, from that one spot back row, it's a nice swing. Again, he swings cross. He loves that cross. And this guy probably took a little bit. Oh, honestly, no. From where the ball is, he's taking a lot of cross. He just swings. This guy still swings so high. Yeah, it just pops off his hands. That's another example of why it's good to swing high because it just hits his hands. This is a physical thing that a setter can do here. Like that's a really nice thing to do is just be physical when you get a chance to be physical, be physical. Okay. Just because you're a setter doesn't mean you can't bounce a few balls or put a ball away when you need to, you know, like you still need to be physical. It's still a man's sport, you know. He's a little bit chilly right now. Got a sweatshirt on. I need to turn on my heat, I think. Yeah, and like also as a setter, if you can make really good block moves, I find that super important as well because approaching from there, that's crazy. I like this though. And this is I really like this transition by him too. Like get off the net first and then approach from where you are. Like it's kind of like a triangle a little bit or like a point. I love that. I love that. Boom, boom. Instead of boom, boom or boom, boom. It's like a equilateral triangle. I like that a lot. I'm not going to explain that more. I'm not going to explain that more. Sorry, guys. Maybe another day I'll explain more about transitioning off the net and like what the most important parts of it are when it's like a quick play and when it's not. But I mean, maybe I'll be able to show you guys in on the next rally like how hard some of these guys transition off the net. It's really nice. Yeah, and Stephen Boyer, even when he's at the 3 meter line, he's still able to be physical and swing really high off the hands. That's really nice. I like the middle taking it. Almost messed it up a bit. Wow, it's a scramble play a lot. Yeah, Czestochowa is scrambling a lot right now, you know. But I think they're doing some really cool stuff. Out of bounds. Spinner, reverse float, going on number 11. Oh, that's a really nice one. So this is a pop route by the middle. He doesn't really get enough space. Pop route doesn't get enough space. You know, when you get moved over so much, I feel like the pop route gets far less effective when you get moved over to the left here because you're like trying to open up space on his left, but then now he only has this much lane to swing into. So he still tries to take it back here, and that middle is able to just claw around the ball, wrap his hand around that ball and block it. Hey, you're trying to get him out of rotation, trying to surprise him. I like that. Spinner? No, okay. Swing. Yeah, and this is I'm guilty of doing this a lot this season. It's like, oh, I'm here. I don't have the best approach. I'm just gonna swing and into the six and see if I can get a reuse, and then it goes right there, and it just doesn't work out. You just gotta take more disciplined swings than that. You can only reuse. No, I'm not gonna say that because that's not true. But like it's much easier to reuse if you're tighter and you can like tip it off the block or like see where the block is, you know? I think one of the most impressive people to like use the block to like recycle it is Michieletto because he does it in a very interesting way where he like almost never fully jumps when he recycles the ball because I mean he's 6'11". If he fully jumps and then tries to recycle the ball, he's gonna be doing this, you know? So fair enough. Yeah, they're swinging out of bounds a lot right now. Yeah, and Czestochowa, I mean, they've had a few cool upsets this season. They've had a few really cool games. They've done some cool stuff, but I mean, they're kind of underdogs, you know, like they don't have any huge names, you know. They have Quinn Isaacson, who's, I mean, the most mem noticeable name by my standards, but that's just because he's American, and I've seen people talk about him a bit, you know. It's a weird move by that outset there. He's trying to stay to help with the middle. But this is why I would like him to just be loaded, ready to jump, and then once the ball goes, then he makes a full move instead of the shuffle drift. I don't like that. It's a weak move. He barely gets his hands over. It's moving, it's not stable. Learn how to be patient as an outside blocker as well. You know, like middles really need to be patient, but like everyone needs to be patient when they're blockers and be able to make fast, explosive moves that are stable too, like jumping straight up instead of drifting and stuff like that, you know? Out of bounds. 24-19. Czestochowa taking care of the set. I think this is the only one that they win though. Beautiful swing cross. And you know, another thing too, you have to learn as an outside, you have to learn how to approach from inside. You know, like you're going to be drifting away, slow yourself down, see if you can still jump straight up so you're not drifting away from the ball. And you're going to have to pick it off a little bit earlier than you might usually. Bang, outside. And this one right here, it's extremely important when you're off the net, you only have two options. It's still like kind of a tempo ball. It's extremely important to make sure you're hitting your window as a setter because like this is a very calm situation. It's nothing you have to like go fast or anything. Like you're just going okay tempo, semi-tempo, decent, you know. But you got to really hit that window there because it's going to be a stable double block in that type of situation. Stares him down a little bit. I see you. I see you, Czestochowa guy. I see you, number 11. The pancake by my guy Quinn Isaacson there. Getting a ton of digs off the hands. And this is good. This is good right here. This is smart. He knows he's in a terrible he has no advantage here, but he turns it into it because there's infinite ways to score as a volleyball player. With every single situation, there's an infinite amount of possibilities that you can score. I'm not even kidding. I actually think that is mathematically possible. Maybe not. Yeah, no, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that matters. You know, I do think that Quinn Isaacson does kind of telegraph his set sometimes though. Like right now he's leaning, he just kind of shows it a little bit early, but he's hitting his windows so it doesn't matter as much. If you're hitting your windows, it doesn't matter as much if you're being super deceptive and this and that, you know? If you're hitting all your windows, it's going to be aggressive anyways, you know. But if you can't hit your windows as a setter, you got to be compensating in some way by doing a bunch of other stuff. I think Antoine Brizard is a great example of that. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh, ooh, that's a lot of confusion, and this should get taken care of. Quinn Isaacson needs to run away from here, like completely get out of here, so there's no confusion. Instead of going in between and getting in this guy's way, he should go behind him, I would say. But no matter what, somebody's got to take that ball. Even if it takes that guy out of the pipe option, he's got to take it. Again, another really nice block here by this middle. He's getting a lot of hoods. Pressing over the net really well. Watch how early he presses over the net. Bang. Once he's jumping, he's pressing over the net. I really like that. That's a really good skill to have. A lot of middles just try and press really high, but that's not what it's about, man. I Yeah, it's not always the right situation, but he probably could have just at least kept that ball alive. Ooh, almost chipped him off the shoulder. Ooh, Quinn Isaacson with a nice block here. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying not drifting as a blocker, you know, going straight up, being a stable blocker. You're able to hold where you want and like press where you want for as long as you want. That's a stable block. A big, firm set of hands that are not drifting one way or the other, you know. Good stuff. Stephen Boyer. And this right here, this is what I'm talking about. Like if you can't get him high enough, he doesn't have the range yet. And I mean, that's what I've experienced when I was hitting a fast tempo too. But I mean, this isn't fast enough where he should be making mistakes like that right there. Like he should be Stephen Boyer should I will say it. I think Stephen Boyer should be better. Should be better than he is. Just based on his physical gifts. And I mean, of course he works for it too, but I think he should be better. Like that right there. He got hooded. He got hooded by the drifting middle block. Obviously, that's a tough one right there. He tries to take it sharp cross, and the middle is just chilling there. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. Wow. Oh, wait. What happened here? Is it? I'm so confused. Did someone go in the net? What happened? I'm confused. I thought he got blocked there. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, I'm not. I'm a fan of Stephen Boyer, but I just think he's a somewhat inconsistent player sometimes. Like right there, like, you know, like, and obviously, I think maybe the setter's not setting him high enough. Like he's not reaching fully. You can see how his arm is bent, you know, but still, he's also swinging straight into where the middle's chilling. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's a tough situation because I'm a fan of Stephen Boyer in that I love watching his highlights. They're pretty dang cool to watch because it's just like extremely impressive what he does. But I mean, he's making a bunch of errors, you know. Yeah, high error, high reward, not my thing. I want consistency. I want good choices. Good choices are going to consistently get you points. Really nice find. I mean, he barely had much angle to swing into, and he finds it, you know. Really nice there. Deep swing too. I want to see that play again. I want to see him transition and just 1-2. Yeah, it's just a 1-2, and he takes a really sharp swing. If you're taking like a shortened approach or like not as good of an approach as you usually might, it's very important to make sure you're still swinging sharp and high or like taking a smart swing instead of just, oh, I'm taking a short. Don't use that as an excuse to take a stupid swing. That's going to get you blocked. Okay. That's what I mean. Oof, hello. See a ball. That one is Gonzo. Okay. To the over, yep, over the top there. Love that. I would have liked to see him take it a little bit more angle. Either way, honestly, but still a good swing. Hmm. This is what I mean when I say that some middles don't press early enough. He's going real high, and then he tries to press after the ball already hits him, and it's just too late, and it goes out of bounds like that. That's going to happen if you're not pressing. If you're pressing a lot over the net, then you'll get it. But let's talk about this ball. Whose ball is this? I don't care. Either one of them. I would say this guy should be overlapping behind him, and this guy, if he feels like taking it, should go in front. But no matter what, this guy should be for sure trying to pass that ball right there. Had a lot of cut though. That's a nice serve. Give it to him again. Right back to the same scene. If you can hit, like you should practice enough to where you can hit a specific area consistently. But if you can hit a seam a few times in a row, do it. Like if it works once, hit that same seam again, test that seam. And this is what I mean when I say he does some physical tips. He's not a huge guy. He's maybe 6'1". Let me see what it actually said. But he makes physical moves. Like he's barely getting over the net, and yet he's still allowing himself to be physical and getting a kill that way. Let me see how tall he is. Sorry. Let's see this. This is out of bounds. Yeah, out of bounds. Okay. 188 centimeters. That is, I don't know, maybe 6 foot. Yeah, he's not a big guy. It's a good dunk though. Good dunk there by the outside. Out of bounds. And Isaacson going backwards. Love it. Oh, hello, getting hooded. And again, I mean, the same, still though, this guy's opening his right shoulder a lot. And like right there where he finishes, if it goes here, that could easily go into your court. Like he needs to, it's because of his feet. He rounds himself off here. Like he finishes his left leg very far over, and then his hips, like so much momentum is just twisting him. Really good block by the middle though. Oh, see a ball right behind the antenna. You don't love doing that, that's for sure. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be completely terrified if I'm this dude right here while Stephen Boyer is trying to bounce an overpass. Holy crap, that would be a scary, scary thing to be chilling in. Good angle by this middle. And it's like this isn't an easy swing to take. He has to kind of like shorten his arm and take it sharp. But these are the types of swings that middles should like learn how to take. No matter what, still taking it sharp, even if it's shortened and stuff like that, like being able to adjust your arm swing very quickly. Because that's really the only adjustment that middles are able to make. They can't adjust with their feet, you know, because the tempo is so fast. If the ball's super high, if the tempo's super high and the tempo's slow, I'll make that a little more clear. If the tempo's super slow, you can adjust your feet and like jump inside or jump outside or like jump towards the ball and like move your feet to the ball. But if it's like super, super fast, like a middle, they're almost already in the air. So their only option is just to adjust their arm and stuff like that. So I think that's a very important skill for a middle to have is to be able to adjust their arm swing very quickly and on the spot and still take smart swings. Czestochowa up 25-24. I feel like they lose this game 3-1 of them, right? Yeah, I think they do. Steve Boyer taking a big old swing here, though. Yeah, and I mean, he gets away with it because of how athletic he is and how hard he's able to hit the ball. But that almost gets hooded. That almost gets absolutely hooded. I don't. I'm not going to model my game after Stephen Boyer. That's all I'm saying. Also, I can't do 90% of the things that Stephen Boyer can do because of his physicality. So I like the idea here. I like the idea. But it's a slight miss window, and the middle is just chilling on it. The middle is ready for it, which I'm baffled by. But I guess it's just because the route, he's right in front of it, you know? It's tough. That's tough. I like the idea though. I don't know why that middle was sitting right there. Like that should be a very unexpected route to set. I think that was a great set by a great idea by Quinn Isaacson. Maybe his teammates might disagree. Like, oh, I don't think that's a smart play. If you watch the film, the dude was lucky to be standing right in front of the middle, honestly. And he just reacted. And he got lucky. Most of the time on that type of play, the dude's not going to be ready for it. What's happening? Somebody's under. Somebody's on the net or something. Okay, we got row two. Oh, terrible pass. Oh, he got aced. Just a normal float. And that thing was dancing. That thing was moving around. That's why it's important to have good contact on the float. Just learn how to have no spin when you're floating the ball. A little messy play again. Same thing. Oh, come on. Are you calling? What are you calling? What are you calling here? You're calling a double on that. That's atrocious. Quinn Isaacson, I'll defend you on this one. That's an atrocious call. It's not like this is why I think the doubles rule should just be abolished because it's not like it gave him any sort of advantage, you know, like he got a recycle ball. Like it's not like he got a kill off of it. And it doesn't give the hitter an advantage if it has a little bit of spin on the ball or something like that. Like, come on. That's dumb. That's dumb. As long as it's one motion and it goes to a teammate, it's fine with me, man. Even on the beach, I think it's too much. I think beach would be more fun if it wasn't so strict on the hands. But that's also part of beach, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. Same thing, like so the difference between him throwing it into the middle here and him throwing it to the middle on the other ones is the middle is not sitting right in front of him on this one. Like he's throwing it into the gap, you could call it maybe, like the gap between these two blockers. That's the only difference between this one and the one where he got blocked right at the end of the third set and the one where he got called a double. That's the only difference, okay? And like it's important to be able to kind of imagine where those blockers are going to be sitting if you are that setter who's trying to throw it in between blockers and stuff like that to the middle. Yeah, get messy. This game's a little bit messy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie at all to you. Off the block. I like this swing. You know, like if this guy made a full move, maybe it gets blocked. But I like it. If he sees his hands here, which I don't know if he did, but like I like that swing. Just swinging off the hands. It's a very tough approach. Probably not his most physical approach. Yeah, of course he touched it. He's Stephen Boyer. He's jumping 50 inches off the ground. But I don't even know what I was talking about right there. Oh, swinging off the hands. Yeah, if you're in a bad situation, but you know that those blockers are still going to jump with you, just try to go off the hands sometimes. Because why not? Even if you miss, who cares? You laugh about it and you go to the next play, man. So this one, yeah, I mean, still same thing. Like he's kind of throwing it into the gap between the blockers, even though they're both like condensed right on it. The reason it gives him an advantage is because this guy's not able to press. And it's a fast tempo too. This guy's not able to press early enough. Yeah, that's the only difference, man. I think that makes it makes a massive difference though. Like if someone has to dive towards you versus they just have to jump straight up, that massively changes how big their block is and how well they can press. Reverse float to that number 11. Dime to pass. Ooh. Slows his arm swing down. Let's see, who is he? Bednors. Bednors with the choppy. I like that swing though. Just barely slows his arm swing down. Just hand contact over the ball. Well, I don't think that middle's happy there. Ooh, okay, we got 10-11. We got 12-10. Stephen Boyer back to serve, gets him out of system. Well, semi in system, I guess you could say. But like this is, and the reason why it's so important for a middle or a setter to be able to throw it into the middle on like a pass that's around this area is because look at this middle. He still has to hold, he still has to wait, and he has to be ready for him to set this guy, or else he's going to get beat by it. And like because he has to wait longer, he gets beat right there on that block. Really nice, really nice. And I feel like that's such an important piece of the puzzle when you're running an offense. Just being able to control that middle, they can think that you can set any person at any point in time. Even this one right here, same thing. Like it's a different route. He could easily like he has in the past few sets in this game, he's thrown it to that middle. Now that middle has to wait and has to be ready for him to set this guy and chips off his hands. And a lot of time, if the dude isn't starting to wait, like once he starts waiting on you, like once that blocker starts waiting on the middle, like being ready for him to set it at any point in time, then you can start releasing to the pins and telling him, hey, swing cross, because the middle's not going to be making his best move right now. You know, out of bounds, maybe float. It's a weird move right there, just dropping booty. Dropping booty. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man. Hey. Yeah, like I don't know, Stephen Boyer, you got to take some better swings than this, my friend. Then you go to the outside. Hmm. Run your offense. Yes, yes, beautiful swing there. Beautiful vision, knowing that this guy's leaving a bunch of line, forcing it. Even if like it's not like he hits it here, kind of outside of his body, you might say, but he gets his hand behind the ball, just takes down that line. He has so much space there. He knows like that's his best option. That's a nice one. So we got 16-15 for Asseco Resovia. I don't know how to say this. Like, how do you say Rojao? Like, how do you say the R and the Z next to each other? I don't understand that. Sorry, I want to see this play one more time. That's twice now, at least that I remember, that in this rotation, this guy approaches from inside the court and then just goes full cross body. And he scores on it. They're very good swings. Oh, oh, this faked me out. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought this guy was the front row guy. Yeah, I love like we were doing this yesterday in practice, like approaching from inside the court. I love it. I feel so dominant when I'm doing that. I don't know why. Stephen Boyer putting it high out there. Good dig by the libero. And I think I've said this a few times before, but if you can see the ball, get outside the block. If you can't see the ball, get to the deep corner. This guy can see the ball. He gets outside the block, gets a nice dig there. And he stays wide in the court too, especially on that type of scenario where it's a high ball and it's like not really super tight. The tighter the ball is, maybe the more you might be able to crowd into the court. But as a rule of thumb, you can usually stay pretty wide on the court because if someone's just bouncing it into the middle of the court, that's probably the blocker's fault. Or that dude is just insane and there's no chance in stopping him. Both might happen sometime. Good job by the middle trying to get up there and joust somebody. It's a good swing, man. That dude's beating him cross so much right now. Out of bounds. I want to see the decision making right now because this is do or die for Czestochowa right now. This is do or die, and they do some weird stuff. They're allowing themselves to get into scramble plays too much. Like this dig could easily get taken care of much better here, you know. But then it does that, and then this and that, and yeah. Eh. And then that one's way out of bounds. Yeah. Okay. Czestochowa up 2019. This one's not a five setter, is it? I think it's a four setter. Yeah, Asseco Resovia. Boom. Goes right there. Eesh. He just kind of bounced that one. Yeah, but like what I'm talking about, like that one, that was bounce. That one's not really the defender's fault at all. Like that's the blocker's fault. It went right through the seam. They didn't close the block. That's their fault. Tip. Team Boyer, not a bad move here. When they get past the pin there, you can definitely cheat into the court like Steve Boyer did and get ready for those tips. Like it's your responsibility to be taking that tip right there if that happens. Ooh, okay, they finally sealed that cross. I think he finally kept his right shoulder. Nope, he didn't. No, I lied. The middle took it. The middle took care of it. The middle. Okay, the only reason they got this block, not because of this guy, because if this middle's left hand wasn't there and it hit this guy's hand, it's probably skipping somewhere over here, maybe. But he pressed it. He ended up pressing it, but the middle got it first. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, guys, this guy he has a serious issue with not pressing his right hand when he's blocking. If you know him, tell him and then show him this video and tell him to subscribe. I'm just kidding. This is not a bad one. Oh, this is a different guy, isn't it? Yeah, it's not the same dude. This is a nice block though. He keeps it alive with his foot. Crazy. 23-22. Yeah, it's definitely is the last set. This is what I'm talking about right here though. If you can see the ball stay right outside the block, he is there. He's able to keep it alive, I think. Yeah. And he puts it inside. I like this guy just waiting inside, and he puts the ball right there. He might be able to do a little better than what he did right there, though. That's the only problem. Oh my, oh my. Oh yeah, get up there and joust. Yes, yes, that's beautiful. Setters, when you get your chance, don't screw it up, man. Go do something cool. Do something physical. Quinn Isaacson, man. Quinn Isaacson. I'm a fan. I am now a genuine fan of Quinn Isaacson. See a ball. They're back to normal. Let him run his offense back there. And again, same thing. The middle has to wait, and he makes a choppy type of swing. But what just got called? He's over? Oh, look at the foot. Look at the foot. It's on the line. Wow. That's sad. But hey, good game, guys. Thanks for watching.